Nick, what's the latest about this new threat from ISIS?
Well, it is very much redolent of their usual language, goading on their enemies, but very specifically referencing the attacks in Paris here, and also saying that they wish to make a similar assault on Washington, the US capital.
We say to the countries that participate in the Crusader campaign, I swear to God, a similar day that France went through, you will go through. I swear to God, as we struck France and its stronghold, Paris, we will strike America and its stronghold, Washington, with God's will.
Now, they have consistently made similar threats, and this carries all the logos, the hallmarks of usual ISIS propaganda. But it's the timing, Anderson, of this renewed threat that's so important. Clearly, in the hours since the attacks, they have worked hard to get these people on camera, to put this together, to make it quite clear that they are unbowed, that they are actually caught and want this fight. That's always been the ISIS message, apocalyptic, beckoning on the end of days. Despite coalition air power above them, they seem to want to goad on their opponents here, who they call the Crusader mission. That's the US and its allies, perhaps a bit too, to say they're unbowed and try and attract more recruits, Anderson.
And Nick, in terms of actions against ISIS, both in Syria and Iraq, what have we seen over the last 24 hours?
Well, first of all, the French, in a very strident, some might say symbolic, politically toned message, carried out 20 separate explosions from airstrikes performed by 10 jets of a sortie of 12, which were predominantly around the suburbs of Raqqa. Activists saying that two major areas, the stadium and the museum, they're not used for those purposes anymore. The kind of headquarters and jails mostly got the majority of the strikes here, as did other targets around Raqqa. At the same time, too, the US coalition was hitting around Raqqa and the other roundabouts too, about 4 separate attacks there, but 116 of a series of vehicles out to eastern Syria, an area called Abu Kamel, that were traveling in the assistance of ferrying oil around for ISIS. Remember, they make a lot of money from the oil black market. They were taken out by a series of AC-130 gunships and A-10 craft. So a lot of firepower aimed at that oil distribution network, trying to undercut ISIS funds, coupled with the French now making that very clear statement against the capital of the self-declared Caliphate, Raqqa.